hair? What is going on with my hair? Anyway, hey guys, so we are at Bicton. We haven't vlogged Bicton because I've never been here before, for our summer regionals, which is Mum's favourite show. This is actually, if you've listened to my little story, 2 years on since I had my meltdown, which is when I started changing my mindset around. So we are at the anniversary of OTD revolution, which is exciting. Yeah, that's about it. So anyway, we're gonna go and hang graze the horses now. Wolf's still a little bit wound up. They had this concert on last night and they had some fireworks, which was exciting. So we're just going to see the ponies, check they're going to be okay for the fireworks. Spout! Oh, and I'm wearing Mum's dungareens because I didn't have any pyjama bottoms. They're a little bit tight. Honestly, they're really tight around the thighs and the bum.
What am I going to do? Put them...
Mum, who sings this?
I don't know.
Cannot be convinced. Do you ever feel like a paper bag drifting in the wind? Something, something, something. Come on. Let it shine just on the night like a fire in the night. 'Cause baby, you're the fire. I don't really know the song, to be honest. I don't like Katy Perry. Where's the... Guys, I legit bought my camera so you could see the fireworks. You can't even see them! Oh. That's your firework display, guys. Aww. So we're watching this programme that's about women trying to find love, like older women. And Mum, what comment did you just make?
It's like Love Island for the OAPs.
That's absolutely brilliant. But anyway, it was a bit of an anticlimax. So we are going to, yeah, go and hang graze and then do the arena walk at 8 and then eat. Oh, I need to put my boots on then. Hi! Everybody, this is Melissa, who was stalking me yesterday. What time are you on?
9 o'clock.
Oh, awesome, I'll come and watch. Cheer you on.
Might be a bit adventurous.
Don't worry, that mine will definitely be adventurous. He's off his rocker today.
Oh, what time are you on?
At 2 and 4.
Okay, cool.
Oh, Wilf's settling down now, but he was wild. I reckon we're gonna have fun here today, kids. It's arena walk time and it's gonna be wild.
I'm actually a bit nervous to get on Wilf because he hasn't done it for a very long time, but when he used to be like this all the time, and when he gets in this mood there's not much reasoning with him, and this is when he used to, oh gosh, yeah, throw himself around, and he's a big boy, like strong boy, so it'll be interesting. When he goes, like he used to bolt, Lavard, flight, like all of it. So yeah, Mum's nervous, I can tell. She's like, oh no. But it'll be fine. What I'm gonna do, my plan when he's like this, is I've got to do the arena walk now because that's the time. So I'm gonna do Eagle first, then Wilf, then I'll stretch him, just so like he's listening to me a bit more. And then I'm going to acclimatise him, so I'm just going to stand him by the arenas, keep him out of the stable as much as possible, I've got like the whole morning to do it, so that's what I'm going to do. That's my plan. So if you have a horse that's really nervous and you feel confident to lead them around, get them out of the stable as much as possible. The face of a diva. Are you a diva? I'm a diva. We survived.
It wasn't even a dodgy moment.
After me saying all that, Wilf was really chilled. Like, really chilled. Eagle was a little bit more excited, but nothing bad. So I'm going to go and just stretch Eagle now. I've stretched Wilf. I don't know if Mum filmed. She was gossiping.
No,
and then we're going to have some brekkie first.
Oh, we are.
Oh, yeah, we are. And then we're going to watch and... yeah. Eagle. So we're all done. Arena walks, riding, stretching, and now I can get some breakfast. It's like 10 o'clock. Honestly, I don't know how it takes so long at shows to do 2 horses, but it does. I'm stood on a little makeshift tack room. Let me show you around. Oh, and there's a sass queen. Sassing it up. So yesterday we were driving because Bicton's in Devon, and I drove because Mum was really tired. And yeah, so the motorway bit was fine, and then we were going down the Devon lanes. I've never seen Mum so scared in my life. Like, she was freaking out.
Well, I'm not used to sitting in the
If I wasn't driving, I would have filmed it. It was absolutely hilarious. So I was going to tell you how Wilf went and like little tips of how we keep them calm. So I thought I'd turn it into a little episode within an episode of this vlog of my top tips on helping a nervous horse when you get to a show. Tip number 1. So make sure you get there in plenty of time, because if you're rushing around panicking, kind of all in a fluster, the horse is going to pick up on that and it's not going to help at all. So if you can get there the night before, I would suggest doing it, and then you've got time for them to settle, acclimatise to their surroundings, and then you can also do the arena walk. Tip number 2. So talking about acclimatising your horse, I would say first of all just get them walking around the showground without you on them, and then there's not that pressure of that riding side of things, so just walk them around as much as possible, take them hand grazing and let them see the arenas. What I've done with Wilf before is on the day of the show literally just stood him by the competition arena so that he can get used to it. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Tip number 3, and this is not just because I'm sponsored by them, use the calming cookies from Premier Performance CZ. They are just amazing. Like, the only calming thing that I've ever found that makes the horse chill out but doesn't take the power away from them, because that's something that I've struggled with calmers before. They either don't work at all or they kind of numb them out, so then I can't get the impulsion and the engagement I need for the riding. But yeah, these are really good because they have serotonin in them, which is like the happy hormone. So basically they just become happy, chilled, and yeah, it's great. Tip number 4, never be afraid to say that you want some help, because I think a lot of the time sometimes we can, especially in the equine world, be walking around like we're okay, we've got ourselves together, it's fine, like trying to keep up an image. I would just say never be too, don't have so much pride, and I don't mean that in a nasty way, that you don't want to ask for help, or you want to kind of like take the harder route to prove a point or to kind of prove to yourself you can do it. So for example, if you know your horse
is more settled, say walking to the arena with another horse, do it. Like, find another horse to walk to the arena. Don't try and like prove a point by like, I've got to make sure my horse can do it by itself. Yeah, it might have to do it, but building blocks, like horses learn from habit. So if they can learn to like chill out with a horse, then you can start to like kind of wean them off that, and then they've learned to chill out. Whereas if you're like, I'm just going to go into a scary atmosphere and take all my problems head on, yeah, I think it can sometimes like open the door for it to go wrong. Tip number 5, and this is for if you have a big warm-up, because I know a lot of horses feel quite intimidated when they get into a large warm-up, normally because it shows they are also show jumping venues, so they need it for the show jumping warm-up, and yeah, it's not a normal size arena. Now this is something that my horses struggled with a lot, and I would say I've made a lot of mistakes with this one. I used to think I'm going to use the whole arena and work around it, but now what I've come to the fast conclusion is build yourself like a 20 by 60 or a 20 by 40 in one of the corners, like visualize it, and stay in there for a bit till the horse starts to relax. Then start to move it out, so go, right, I'm going to move my arena to here, and just start to move them around the arena. Don't just trot them around the outside, because what's going to happen, because they're going large and in straight lines, they're going to get stiff against you. They're not going to be around your inside leg, they're not going to be in the outside rein, and when they do see something scary, they're not going to be with you. So use turns, use circles. I would say when I'm saying this, do not just, you know, do like gymkhana, bending them round, spinning them round. Be clever with your lines. Ride strategic, is that his? Strategic lines. As David says, don't ride fluffy lines. So make sure you know where you're going, turn them on the curve, get them going, get them coming around your inside leg, in the outside rein, and you will be a lot safer. So this is a good one, and I haven't done this for a while actually. Well, I guess we kind of have just done it. Splitting your warm-ups into 2. So if you have a horse that is always better in its second test than its first test, and you're like, oh, I've only got 1 test, what am I going to do? Split your warm-up. So get dressed, get ready, take your horse out, do 20 minutes stretching, warming them up, and then put them back in the box, maybe have a cup of tea or a chill, whatever. Then I would say leave like 20 minutes, half an hour between that, then get back on your horse, do the rest of your warm-up, do your test, and then the horse feels like it's kind of that split warm-up. They've had a time to like go back to the stable and be like, oh, it's okay, and chill. You've had that time. You don't get on like, I've got this like 1 warm-up to like get it all perfect before the test, and it kind of splits up, makes it easier, makes it more chilled for you. My last tip is, I can't remember what tip we're on now, 6 or 7. Remember that there is always another show, because you can see it quite a lot. Like when people get competitive or they get nervous, you can see they get angry. I think that's quite a common feeling to get when you are
desperate. Yeah,
desperate. I would say like desperate, nervous, or like overly competitive. I would say the main characteristic of that is it comes out in anger, and it's not that you want to be angry, and it's not that you are like actually angry. I just think that's how it comes out a lot of the time, especially for people when they get nervous. So I would just say take the pressure off yourself. Remember there is always another show, even with the regionals and stuff.
Doesn't matter, does it? If they're not ready at the regionals, they're not ready for the nationals. So
yeah, and you always tell me this as well. Another thing, when you get in the warm-up, you are not going to be able to like train it any better. You're not going to be able to like improve that medium trot you wanted to get. You can obviously warm them up and get them feeling good, but you're not going to improve it from what it was at home. If anything, it's going to be a little bit worse than it was at home, and I think you've got to remember that when you're competing, it's like 4 to 6 months behind your training at home. So just remember that and take the pressure off yourself. Also, yeah, what I was saying is there's always another show. So even if it's the nationals or the regionals or whatever, I know you've worked super hard to get there, lots of like money's gone into it, I totally get that, but just remember there is always that other chance to do it. It's not like someone's saying this is the last time you'll ever be able to compete. So just remember that. Oh, mama. Oh, mama.
I finally feel a bit chilled out.
Honestly, mum was next level cray yesterday. So we are going to go and watch a few tests now. I'll show you around Bicton. I'm going to do my bio for riding, and then I'm going to plat up.
So why are you going that way?
Well, I was going to walk round that way.
Next to go.
We're going to go and plait up now. We are melting.
Number 1, 2, 6.
What are you doing? You hot?
Fed up with summer 2018.
So Eagle's platted, and I'm just going to give Wilf another little walk because he's not until 4. Oh, I really don't want to though, it's so hot. Sleeping, were we? Sleeping on the job. So I'm all ready, all dressed. And how am I feeling? We're Eagle up first. Good, I'm excited to go and do it. Yeah, I just feel lucky that I get to go and do it and do what I love on a daily basis. Yeah, I know it would be tough if it doesn't go well. I'll probably sulk for a bit, but I'll get over it and we'll move forwards. Like I say, yeah, it's amazing that it was 2 years ago that I was in like the worst place ever, not just with riding, in life in general. So 2 years is a very short time to pull it around, and it's only getting better, so yeah, I'm happy.
On Olivia Towers Dressage. Competed nationally and internationally. Regina, 9-year-old bay gelding, a 17-2. It's a KWPN from Holland by Apache. Purchased as a 2-year-old. Got to the nationals last year. Currently training at this level.
I thought we hadn't done this bit.
So, oh my gosh, one of those again. He was just too nervous, really spooky. Kind of like had loads of nervous energy running through him, and then his hind leg gets too strong and it pushes him onto the forehand. I didn't really feel like I rode from my seat. I feel like I tried to bed him to the right too much to let go, and then he dropped onto the shoulder more. There's a million things I could say, but it just was one of those. Didn't go very well. He got 62. He has got some quite tough judges in this one though, so I knew it wasn't going to be good even if he did an amazing test. So I'm going to pack Wilf up now. That's him. Regroup and then... Do you know what I hate? Feeling fat in the heat. If I'm thin, like having a thin Olivia moment, I'm fine. But when I feel a little bit lardy in the heat, I'm like, whoa.
Wilfie, I need you to go well.
Second ride in the class for Olivia.
I don't know how hot it feels. So.
You are?
I said, I don't know how hot he feels. So it's alright for me kind of thing. Then you go bucking across the arena's not too handy either. Too much power in the trot, he then blows up and they come to such a tricky thing. I hate this sport.
You are? Well, you never know. Well, she has done before.
Do you remember how bad that used to be? No.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, it was nice. And
Wilfie got 67 point something, which is actually really good because, like I said, they are harsh judges, and the winner at the moment, and this horse is insane, it's beautiful, is on 69, so I'm happy. Oh, I didn't tell you, yeah, we did a clean test, which is great. Like, it felt a bit flat, a bit boring, nothing to write home about, but I just wanted to cruise through it and not have any mistakes, and to be honest, he felt quite on the hand, so if I tried to push for the Passage trot, I think it would have made it worse. No, I'm happy. I'm happy. Mum's not so happy because I think she's just disappointed with my mark. But yeah, oh yeah, we're 4th at the moment, by the way, which is really good. So we're just reading my sheets back, and in Wilf's test, one judge gave him 69, one judge gave him 68, one judge gave him 64. The judge that gave him 64, what did they say? What was the comment? Get this, this is a great one.
lovely horse, but not ridden sufficiently from behind to afford balanced connection.
Lovely horse, shame about the rider.
Burn. And
charming.
What's more,
what did he say about Eagle?
Nice horse, not ridden forward in self-carriage, creating tension and mistakes.
Again, all about the rider. I totally get that, like, we have a responsibility as riders to improve the horse, but I do think that's a slightly harsh comment. Like, the judges have got to understand some horses are a little bit harder to ride.
Judges don't know what you've got to ride, though, do they?
No. Hey guys, so the horses have all been sorted out and hand grazed. We are just having some dinner. I have eaten way too much. I may be sorting out my mindset, but I need to sort out my discipline on eating healthy again because I've gone wayward, and my friend just fed me pizza while I was hand grazing, and that's so bad, and I'm getting really fat. Anyway, I don't know where this is going. This is the end of the vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, let me know why. Make sure to comment because I love reading them. By the way, I don't have time to reply to everybody's comments. I'm really, really sorry, but I want you guys to know that I do read them and they melt my little heart. Tag a friend if you think they'll enjoy it. Share, subscribe, all that sort of thing, and I'll see you for the next one.